What is going on, my ninjas? First off, let me say that if I sound a little congested and my face looks a little puffy, it's because I either have a bad cold or, worst case scenario, maybe even the flu, because a few people at work have been passing around the flu virus. I've been trying to stay away from them, but there's only so much you can do when you work with the person, you know what I'm saying? So I really hope that's not it. I'm about to go get checked out after this video, but fuck that. I have to get this out. I have to talk about this chapter. This chapter of Boruto completely rekindled the flame that was just burning so fucking brightly when the manga was first announced, and it kind of died as the chapters went on because it was just really a retelling of Boruto Naruto the movie. So much so that I completely fell off the manga until someone told me this morning that we're finally out of the Boruto Naruto the movie content and we're on to new stuff. And when I read it, boy, I was so freaking excited. Not saying that the Boruto Naruto the movie was bad, but I watched the movie several times and I didn't really need a manga retelling of everything that happened. The only thing that I think is different, because I skipped most of those chapters, I'm not going to lie, tell me if I missed anything important. The only thing different that I saw was Momoshiki's design, which is way better than in the movie, in my opinion. He looked like some type of red, angry-ass goblin or something in the movie, but now he looks like an Otsutsuki. He looks like an actual Naruto villain. He looks pretty badass. I prefer the manga design way over the movie design. So the last chapter I read up until now was, you know, from beginning to end anyway, was the very first one, when we got, you know, Kawaki and the future Konoha being destroyed, and Boruto with that awesome ass curse mark and the Byakugan and the sword, and like the mystery behind what was going on there. It was just like, oh my god, I'm so hyped, but then it slowly died down as the manga went on. So this chapter 10 of Boruto is chapter 2 to me, really. Like, it's the second chapter I've read from beginning to end. So I'm just going to go ahead and say this is chapter 2. But this chapter of Boruto, when Momoshiki was just gliding around Boruto and everything was frozen, my inside me was saying, why the hell didn't he freeze time before? But I don't think this is actually Momoshiki there. I think this is like a projection, similar to how we've seen how Goremo project himself when he wasn't really actually there, so he couldn't really do any damage in the war. Like I think that's why we never actually saw how Goremo fight. But I think this is a similar technique to that. Like, maybe this is just his chakra lingering on to Boruto. Maybe no one else can see Momoshiki besides Boruto. But even if that's the case, I wonder why as soon as everything was unfrozen, Boruto wasn't like, hey Dad, Sasuke, I have a mysterious black mark on my hand. And Momoshiki said that some fuck shit's gonna go on. What's going on with that? Maybe Sasuke could have analyzed the spot on his hand with his Rinnegan or something, I don't know. But the fact that Boruto kept it quiet is kind of crazy in my opinion, considering that he just defeated Momoshiki with the help of Naruto and Sasuke. He didn't do it by himself, so I wonder what makes him think, like, hey, I should just keep this under wraps. It's not the smartest idea, in my opinion, but it sure is going to make for a hell of a lot more interesting series later on down the line. But I've seen a few reviews and a few discussions on this chapter. I usually don't like to watch other people's opinions on something before I make an opinion for myself, because it sometimes makes my opinion like, you know, is that really the smartest thing to think, or should it happen this way, should it happen that way? Like, I tend to get influenced by other people's opinions, like, wow, is my theory really all that solid? Because their theory sounds way more solid than mine. But I have not seen anyone yet mention the possibility that the blue eyes that Momoshiki spoke of was a Tenseigan. Now, the Tenseigan was only shown and ever talked about in the last Naruto the movie, and I don't think it's been in any other type of Naruto canon ever again. But the moment he said something about Hyuga blood and, you know, deep blue eyes that can ruin everything, the first thing I thought of was a Tenseigan, and I'm wondering why people aren't, you know, thinking of that. Is there something I'm missing? Is there something that I missed by not watching or reading throughout the Boruto manga? But I believe the Tenseigan has to do something with the Hyuga eye, you know, the Byakugan, and also the Otsutsuki bloodline, like combining them and bam, Tenseigan. And technically, well, we know that Boruto is part Hyuga. And that black mark on Boruto's hand may be chakra left over from Momoshiki, because he did state that a person who kills a god can no longer be a normal person or whatever. So he has a Sutsuki chakra in him, if that is in fact Momoshiki's chakra or whatever. And it is very similar to Naruto and Sasuke's sun and moon symbol, which came from an Sutsuki, which was Hagoromo. So I'm going to assume it's the same thing. So Boruto has a Sutsuki chakra. He has, you know, the power to awaken the Byakugan, because we see him awaken the Byakugan in the very first chapter. We know he's going to get it at some point. So automatically right there, that screamed Tenseigan. Now, how is Boruto's Tenseigan going to destroy the fucking world? How is it going to mess everything up like Momoshiki said it would? I don't know. Maybe he awakens the Tenseigan, doesn't know how to control it, or maybe another Asutsuki clans member like steals his eyes or something. I don't know. Maybe that Byakugan was not his. Maybe, you know, I'm about to get dark here. This is entering JB theory territory. You know how my theories go. But maybe the eyes that we see Boruto awaken in the very first chapter aren't even his eyes. Maybe he awakens the Tenseigan, but they get stolen, and he takes one eye or something from maybe his sister or his mom. Maybe that wasn't his Byakugan. I don't know. But the fact that I'm thinking Tenseigan, because there's no other deep blue-eyed dojutsu that I can think of, unless you want to enter like some fan fiction territory, but I'm not even about to do that. That's the only blue-eyed that I can think of that we've gotten that's canon. I'm calling it now. Boruto is going to awaken the Tenseigan, and that's going to have some dire consequences. And that mark on his hand is obviously going to grow into that epic-ass curse mark tattoo that we saw in the first chapter. And I say that because it looks like a diamond shape, if I'm correct. And the tattoos on his arms or whatever, is like, they're kind of thick. They're not like a normal curse mark, because the curse mark kind of looks almost like veins and wavy or whatever, like the kind of Sasuke has in the typical curse mark we're usually familiar with. But this one, it looks like a tribal tattoo, like it started off as a diamond, and like the four sides of the diamond like branched off into like thick, you know, solid rectangular lines all over his arm or whatever. Tell me, what do you guys think Momoshiki meant when he said something about, I think he called Boruto the son of man. Now, is that because Momoshiki considers himself a god, and he refers to Boruto as the son of man because he is the child of a human? But if that is the case, I would think that he would have referred to Naruto and Sasuke in the same way. You know, children of man or children of humanity or something like that, which he may have done in the manga. But I don't remember him doing that in the Boruto Naruto the movie, like the actual movie. So, you know, that's kind of a downside of me not reading the actual manga up until this point. Maybe he does talk like that to Naruto and Sasuke, but from my knowledge of the Boruto movie, he never said anything like that. So I'm going to go under the assumption he didn't say anything like that. So what did he mean by son of man? Like, is Boruto like some type of almighty prophesized, you know, destructive machine or some shit? Like in the Asutsuki's heads, like when they were way back in the day, because we know they have some crazy ass prophecies, because they were able to predict some crazy stuff. Is Boruto like the son of man in the sense that he is going to be the one to destroy everything with these deep blue eyes? I'm going to go under the assumption that he's talking about the Tenseigan, since another Asutsuki, you know, Tanade Asutsuki, was actually after the same eyes, so it could be all connected. I mean, who knows? But I love Boruto's reaction at the end to seeing the mark on his hand. You know, I don't think that's the first time he's seen it. I think he saw it right when it happened, but this is the first time that he's showing us. And how he said that it doesn't matter if a person who kills a god isn't normal anymore. I don't want to be normal. I want to be a ninja. And the chapter ended like that. I think that's a beautiful way to tell us, hey, we're not playing anymore. No more Boruto Naruto the movie shit. This is about to enter uncharted territory. I mean, we are about to get some amazing stuff, man. I really cannot wait to see how this ends up developing Kawaki's character, how Konoha gets destroyed, how Naruto's supposedly dead. How does all this branch off from the blue eyes, the mark on Boruto's hand and Momoshiki. Will a new villain have to come out of somewhere? I mean, of course, Kawaki, but I mean, Kawaki just looks like Naruto's body with some of Sasuke's chakra mixed in. It looks like Naruto's corpse has been altered with a little bit. That's what Kawaki looks like to me. He has the same color eyes as Naruto, which happen to be blue, and he has like Sasuke's little, you know, he has like a fucking Sasuke mohawk in the front. So I don't know what's going on with that. So can all of this be connected already and we just don't even know it? This is what I miss in Naruto, you know, reading Naruto manga. This Boruto manga is finally out of stuff that we know is going to happen. No one knows what's going to happen next chapter, and that's what I've been waiting for. And hopefully the Boruto anime has Kawaki in it and everything, because I think I read somewhere that it's going to try to take a sillier tone than Naruto, but ultimately it's going to develop into this, you know, serious story. So maybe they start well before the Boruto Naruto the movie content, and then like maybe goes. I don't want to see an anime adaptation of the Boruto the Naruto movie content, but I mean, if we have to do it, I think it'll go by a lot faster than the manga did, because you can ultimately eat up a lot more content in an anime than you can in, you know, a few pages of the manga. But then again, the manga has been about 40 something pages long, and it did take 10 chapters to damn near get, you know, past it. But hopefully the anime is going to be weekly, and, you know, everything's going to zoom by fast. If we do have to go through the same content yet again, like, it's going to pull another Dragon Ball Super, I know it. But tell me what you guys think about Momoshiki's ability to freeze time. Do you think he was actually there, or do you think he like manifested himself, like that was just his chakra inside of Boruto, similar to how I think Sasuke would get visions because he had the curse mark? I could be totally making that up. I don't really remember. Like, at the very least, Boruto is connected to Momoshiki, kind of like how the curse marks are connected to Orochimaru, like how Orochimaru was able to escape the curse mark from Anko's neck. It could be something similar to that, and hell, that may even be a technique that Orochimaru, you know, found out, you know, or researched through looking at like past Osutsuki DNA, or, you know, however the fuck Orochimaru gets a hold of any of his subjects. I don't know, that guy's weird. But tell me what you guys thought about this chapter. What do you think is going to happen next chapter? What's going on with Kawaki? I'm going to put out a Kawaki theory hopefully sometime this upcoming week, since my Boruto hype has officially been rekindled, man. I'm so glad we're finally out of that Boruto Naruto the movie content, and I'm about to go drink some orange juice and lay down, because the brother doesn't feel good at all. I'm fucked up. But anyway, this is jbDAuchiha. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this content down below. What do you think is going to happen? Make sure you do leave a like. It helps me out a lot. Anyway, I'm out.